pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. We got a packed house tonight. We normally don't get that, so welcome. All right. The Common Council of the City of Rensselaer is now in session. Clerk, will you please call roll?
Alderperson Kitterman.
Here.
Over. Here. BOLLMAN. Here. KRETZSCHMAR.
Here.
DWYER. Here. BURTON. Here. ENDRES.
Here. All right, we have two public hearings this evening. The first one is to discuss the increase in water, and the second is applying for a capital district block grant to separate our sewer and water, wastewater lines. So on the first, anybody wishing to speak in favor of the water rate increase, step up and state your name. Hearing none, that portion is now closed. Anybody wishing to speak in opposition to the water increase? Come on up, state your name and...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darius. Yes, I'm a resident of Rensselaer.
Close to your
Darius,
close to your mouth.
Darius, we need your address too.
and last name, please.
Hello.
Yep, we got you now.
Okay. I'm a resident of Rensselaer County. I'm a rookie at this, and
Actually, can you just, can we state your name one more time? And your address.
Darius Rickett. That's me. Hi, folks.
And we need your address too, just for the record.
Your street address. It's everybody's required.
My name one more time?
No, your address.
Oh, 1603 Washington Avenue.
Thank you.
In Rensselaer. And I'm new to all of this. It's all, it's been quite some time in the journey for me to get my home, trying to hold on to my home, but I'm noticing that the increase that we're getting, it's a kind of tight, especially now more than ever with the circumstances surrounding what we're dealing with our government, the way it's like a tug of war with our pockets. And it's very difficult for most of us, especially those of us that are on a fixed income. Fortunately, I'm still employed, gainfully employed. I'm good with that, but I'm still struggling to make ends meet as it is. And today I'm here for you folks, and then tomorrow I'm with my union percentage increase with CSCA, and it's a never-ending thing of trying to understand what kind of increase, what are we getting for this immense, to 70%.
Well, my question with you, it's not 70%.
There's typographical error on this.
I don't know where that is. It's definitely not 70. That's not 7 either, right? So it's approximately, for your water and your sewer, it's going to be $2 per 1,000 gallons used. So what we're talking about is, we're talking about $10 a month, $60 every billing cycle. So we bill biannually, so it's about $60 increase every. And what we're getting is, right now we have to pay for all the water main breaks and infrastructure, and also Troy, who we get our water from, has raised their rates, and we haven't raised our rates in 14 years.
And the new meters, we're getting new meters.
And we're getting new meters, so they're going to try to bill possibly quarterly instead to try to alleviate such a big jump. But at the end of the day, 70% is what's out there. But it's essentially for every 1,000 gallons, it's the cost of a bottle of water in a store. It's an extra $2 for that with your water and your sewer. And there's some misnomers out there about the sewer line and all that stuff. So our sewer line is funded properly, but we don't have as many issues with our sewer right now, so we're changing that from a 45% of your bill to 35%, and we're just taking that 10% and moving it over to water where we need it, so we don't have to raise it through the roof. So there's a lot of misinformation out there, but that is what it is.
But the question that we make with all the technology that we have, how come information like this can't be emailed to us?
That wasn't from us, to be clear.
There's an attention to us, letting us know about the increase that we already now addressed that is not that high. along with the property taxes on July 1st, you all have this meeting to approve this massive rate hike. Why couldn't we be a part of it prior to?
We are right now.
This
We're
is-
having a
that's what
public
this is.
hearing.
This is
But
the
what we
public
did, we
hearing.
didn't raise them yet. This is the public hearing
Public hearing
to discuss raising them.
The thing was dated for July 1st, 2020.
That, I don't know who gave that.
I'll be addressing that in my
Okay. Yeah, that's from like a group.
Why can't we be informed of this before the misrepresentation comes, misrepresented? I got things to do today and I'm here.
Yeah.
out of
So
concern.
on our website, you can see a list of all of our meetings. If you go on there, it also shows the agenda and everything that we're discussing. It's all publicly accessible on the website anytime you want to look at it.
Yeah, you'll get, like, you can look at all this stuff.
And we can't
Before
actually
we
put
get
anything,
there.
yeah, we can't put anything into effect until we do have a
Yeah.
public hearing, and that's why we're here.
And we're also, it hasn't come up yet, but it's gonna come up, that we're gonna start a common council Facebook page probably, so that way we can get more information out to people, to kind of stave off the misinformation that's out there. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Like honestly, nobody wants to raise their bills. I don't want to
We
raise
have
the
to
bills. I paid a bill too, right? Right, I paid a bill too,
So
so.
y'all are residents of this?
Yeah, we have to, yeah, you
I
have
thought we
to.
were trying to catch up to the Joneses.
Yeah,
Saratoga.
No.
We're still by far one of the lowest for our water and our trash and all of that stuff, and our taxes, all of it. So
And if
we
you
try
do-
to keep it that way.
If you have questions, reach out to your council person. They'll give you the information you're looking for versus, we can't control what people put on your doorstep, unfortunately, but if you do have questions, contact your council person. We're all willing to discuss it with
Yeah.
everybody.
All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you. We're sorry you came down here. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you very much.
There.
So I got you down for the public speaking, which is after. Do you still want to do that, or do you want to scratch that?
Oh,
You still have time to get something done.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks for your patience.
Thank you. No, we appreciate you coming.
Okay.
Anyone else willing to speak in opposition?
Yes, Richard Marriott, 40 Belton Terrace in Rensselaer. And I'm objecting to this because the minimum charge is much too high. It says it's for 12,060 gallons, and I usually don't use but less than half of that. And so I'm paying for water that I'm not using. And there's other places like churches around here that only open a couple days a week, and they have to pay the commercial rate for water that they're not using. There was one time when I had a toilet that was running and I didn't bother fixing it because I had to pay for the water anyway, so what's the point in getting it fixed? So I'm really requesting that you cut this minimum charge at least in half. And I also want to say that it says if you haven't raised the rates since 2011, about 3 years ago, you did add a surcharge to pay for the valves.
It was a surcharge, and that surcharge has been removed. It wasn't a rate change. It was a surcharge to pay for a $2 million pump that we needed to replace.
Yeah, fancy word, and it's not a rate, it's a surcharge. So the
Right,
thing
and
is,
it's not a new bill any longer.
It costs, yeah, but now it's like being permanently put in, most of it's being permanently put in here, supposed to be temporary, but now you're saying, well, you
Well, this isn't temporary.
don't have that surcharge anymore, but we do have a 32% increase in the rate. Now, additionally, when you say it was 2011, that's when you added the sewer charge, and it was supposed to be 5% of the bill, and it very quickly jumped up to being 45% of the bill. So
And now it's going down to 35% of the bill.
well, okay, that's not what the documents you get passed out one day says. It says it's still at 5%.
No, the 5 is crossed out. That means it's no longer, and the one next to it where it says 35, that's the.
Yeah, so you're saying it's
So
no
all the
longer
cross-
you're saying it's no longer 45.
Correct.
Right?
And now it's
Well,
35.
Say it's no longer 45%. It says it's no longer 5%.
They just took the existing rate, they crossed out anything that was no longer effective and put the new rates next to it in bold and underlined. So anything that's bolded and underlined is your new, what you would consider your new stuff.
So anyway, this minimum is much too high in my opinion, that you should at least make that, it really should be zero. If you're not using any water, why should you have to pay for it? And other than that, make the minimum be much lower than it is right now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to the water increase?
Good evening, board members.
Hello?
My name is Michael at Lakeview Avenue. So I don't mean to come across the way I am, but there's a few things.
Can we have your last name?
It's Alarcon. A-L-A-R-C-O-N.
Thank you.
So we, the residents of Rensselaer County, are here today seeking transparency and accountability and a clear understanding on the proposed increase. I'm going to say it's out there. It says 70%. That's what it says. But we
But
want
where
some
does it say that,
transparency. But we want some transparency and understanding. What is it? You know. So yeah, there could be what's the actual increase.
The increase is about, it is $1.20 for the water.
So what's the percentage?
Percentage.
The rate increase is a little.
I don't have the math on me, on the percentage I know.
Okay.
But I, what is it?
Little under 33 for the rate itself.
And then.
Right.
Right, and then the sewer went down 10%.
22%. Sewer went down 22%.
Sewer went down, sewer went down 10. Water is coming up technically 33, but we're taking 10 of that we're saving from sewer and putting it into water. So out of your pocket, it'll be a 23, 22% rate increase on the percentage.
Now, it's understandable there's certain things that previous administration probably did and some things that it's out of your control. That's understandable. So I just want to know what specific circumstances led to the need for such an insignificant increase, particularly during a time when many families are already facing economic hardship. I'm going to have a few questions, and then afterwards I'll just leave it to you to answer. If these infrastructure repairs, for instance, and associated costs were anticipated, why were they not addressed through a long-term planning in lessening the financial impact on residents? I'm assuming some of these things that are taking place in terms of the heights is due to infrastructure and things like that that have to be addressed, correct?
Right.
Okay. Residents already pay county sewer rent in addition to City of Rensselaer's water and sewer maintenance fees. So how did the county reach a point where such a substantial increase is now necessary? That's another question that many of our residents have. During the county's annual budgeting and long-term financial forecasting process, why were these anticipated expenses not incorporated into a plan that could have spread the cost over time to make it easier or less burden on taxpayers? So we're seeking some sort of answers to these things that most of the people that we've spoken to and some of the things that we have in the back of our minds in terms of being residents of Rensselaer and how that's going to negatively affect us. But will this proposed increase go down once repairs or costs to improve the operations are met? That's another thing that was a question out there. And lastly, what is the expected timeline for reaching such milestone in terms of fixing whatever the issues may be that have allowed us to, or brought us to this point where things have gone up so much and it's going to be passed down to the taxpayers? And understanding everyone here more than likely is probably also, residents of Rensselaer. So, I'm assuming it's going to affect you just as much as it's going to affect us. Certainly. So, but these are some of the questions that we had. So we respectfully request, some clear, detailed answers so that residents can better understand the decisions that have led to this proposal and steps being taken to prevent similar situations in the future. Again, understanding, let's say, for instance, that previous administrations probably could have done a better job. Who knows? But now you guys are here. And so, with that being said, we just want to get some clarity. That's really what we're here for.
Right, well, as far as the county goes, we can't speak on that. We're not the county, we're the city. As far as, water main breaks and things like that, you can't plan for that, right? It just happens. It's one of those things. Our infrastructure is open. Plans are being drawn up. They've been drawn up on previous administrations as well, but you need funding for those plans as well. So we have to put Band-Aids on things when they break, and that costs money, right? It costs money. Our water rates have been raising for years from this. We buy our water from the city of Troy. Our water rates have been raising for rent. We haven't raised our rates to keep up with it, right? So that's where we're at right now, right? It's a thing, you're right, we're a new administration, and I think this whole thing kind of just got dropped here. This is what we have to deal with. Nobody comes to this decision lightly, right? Nobody comes to this decision and it's like, yeah, raise the rates. Because again, like you said, we all live here. We all, we all own homes, or we rent in this community. So this affects us as much as it affects everyone else. So that's where we're kind of at with that. As far as like specifics into where the plan is and stuff, I don't have that information right now because the plan is still being formulated. It's, this is, 6 months in, 7 months in now, 6.5 months in to the new administration, and we are working on getting it. So this is the first step in getting it so that, we can be solvent as far as, our water and being able to handle these water main breaks as they come. They come in clusters too.
Yeah.
It's not something that just happens, we get one and then we don't have to worry about it for 3 months, it's just something, they come in clusters, some are worse than others, and our infrastructure is old. We have many projects going on regarding upgrading. We just put new pumps in, we share pumps with East Greenbush and North Greenbush to get the water from Troy to us. So we just spent $2 million on our half of the new pumps, so these projects are in place. We're not trying to, nobody's here trying to, let's get it. Nobody, we're just trying to make it solvent and make sure that we can continue water flowing through our system.
And again, I thank you for being being here and being able to answer our questions. But again, the reason why I'm up here is also just to make things clear in the sense that we want transparency in the new administration. I think a lot of things were let go from the prior administration, and that's why we are where we're at today. Unable to, let's say, for instance, not have to deal with this super increased height to the amount of money that we're going to have to shell out somehow or find a way to pay. Every little dollar nowadays it doesn't go far.
I agree.
And so it's a tough time for not just us, but my wife can tell you, as it pertains to those individuals who are fixed incomes.
Right. We have a lot of residents who are elderly. They live on a fixed income. How fair is that? And also notifying us of what's happening. It's not an excuse that you could not have mailed us a letter to let us know what was happening. A lot of us did not know. We're not into social media. We're not in the computer. We don't have time to really. A simple letter being mailed to us to let us know what's happening would have been nice. To be notified that these increases were happening. Then we probably would have not thought it was a 70% hike rate. But a simple letter would have told us there's no excuse that these people could have cost more money. And I don't know where that stopped, but obviously when you guys are sending us bills, we're getting that paper, right? Or informing us of something we owe, we're getting that paper. So then the same respect, if you guys are raising our taxes, raising our bills for sewer, water and sewer, a simple letter going to our homes would have been appreciated.
That's fair enough.
I just think again, I think maybe some of us do know, but maybe some of us don't.
A lot of our neighbors do not know what's going on, so it's going to be a big shock when we all get a bill in the mail that's probably double the size of what we're used to, and that's not fair. A lot of us probably save for that bill, and it's going to come into a surprise that it's double what we're used to.
Well, I can certainly say that it's going to be up, but it won't be up.
I'm hoping not.
It's going to bring, for the average household, it's probably going to be about $60 every 6 months. About $10 a month is where it's going to come up.
More?
Yeah, it's going to be another $10
I hope that's
a
the
month.
case. I hope that's the case, because 70% was out there.
Yeah.
No, I know.
That
Listen,
period, it was outrageous.
I certainly understand that, trust me.
Now, one thing I will say, because I wasn't planning on saying this, but now since I'm up here with the sewer, this pertains to that part. If you guys can get that fixed, that would be great, especially around Lakeview Avenue. Because the simple fact is that everything backs up, especially when we start getting these torrential downpours and things of that nature.
Right.
Everybody, unless you have a backflow preventer, you are going to have it in your basement. So,
Right. Well, that's what the next public hearing is about, so hopefully we can get some funding for that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to it? Hearing none, oh, go ahead. Come on up, Luke.
disagree. I agree wholeheartedly with the gentleman who spoke earlier that the minimum fees are really too high. It discourages, it removes incentive for like resource conservation, water conservation, throwing garbage out. I have minimal amount of garbage. I should shop at co-ops and things like that where they take back the recyclables, containers. I buy in bulk when I can. I use really major water conservation measures. I'm constantly using less than minimum fee, level fee. It removes, and that regards, I mean, that has to stand with garbage too. You know, you're removing the incentive to use resource conservation. This is a basic principle of community college and efficiency and sustainability. You know, I take a lot of conservation measures so I save the water. I direct my downspouts in the house goes directly into the backyard and waters the plants. I try to take just innumerable measures, and so I would appeal to your sense of justice and equity, and really a lot of us up here we're not made out of money, and I'm living pretty close to the bone, even though I try to be as eco-friendly and resource-friendly and shop whatever. I'm not buying major amounts of like trinkets and things like that, pleasure things. So anyway, that would and that also includes the way I've been seriously harassed right now by it's a big story. There's a guy who wants to buy my house. He's trying to intimidate me out of my house. He's transferred the land right next to me to a buddy of his who's an employee, and to turn the screws on me. He wants me out. He's trying to get me to, I don't know, stress me out, die, constantly harass me with up to potentially weekly $250 charges to maintain my shrubbery, my lawn. I'm keeping it as a meadow ecosystem. I do not want it, which is the second most, it's actually, let's put it this way, the natural forest, old growth forests, native grasslands, and including meadows, are the critically endangered resource in America. At the top, they're at the top. I'm trying to maintain meadow in my front lawn, and and I got almost half an acre. It's wooded. It's got it's almost an old growth forest in my backyard. Trees, three trees, embracing 3 trees, intentionally planted.
We'll bring it back to the issue at hand here.
So I get you, well, I'm not going to go that far, but I appeal to your sense of justice and resource equity and efficiency to lower the minimum charges so to incentivize recycling and conservation resources. So,
Thank you.
I'll set. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to the water rates?
I don't have an opposition. Jen Haggerty.
You gotta come up.
I just want to, is it
it based on usage, how much it goes
Yeah.
up? So if you're a household that has a lot
Oh,
of
Jen, you
usage.
need your address.
Oh, Jesus, 26 Lindbergh Ave. I think most people know where I live at this point. Jen Henry. So it's based on usage, right?
Right, per 1,000 gallons.
All right, so like you say, it could be, you know, $20, $10
So, like,
a month,
you use
but
X
it's really
amount of-
based on your own household usage, right?
Right.
So if my water bill is $300 every 6 months, 400, it's gonna be $460, $480, or whatever,
Like,
right?
So it's
for
the number
example,
of
mine was
gallons.
gonna be 312 last cycle.
Yeah.
And I had the water department look at it and show me the numbers. My new bill would then be 385. So, because I use a lot, I use a lot more than normal. I'm saying that numbers will be.
Okay.
But, so I'll go up about 70.
Jen, it's your number of gallons times the rate times 0.35.
Yeah,
That's your
it's either my flowers or my bill.
Right.
And the bill, I feel it.
All right.
Anybody else wishing to speak in opposition to the water rate increase? All right, hearing none, that portion is closed. All right, on to number 2. I'm sure people are going to want to speak on this one. It is a resolution of the City of Rensselaer to apply for a grant for the community block grant, community development block grant, which is to separate our sewer from our wastewater. And we're looking to get a grant, but we have to have a public hearing. So at this time, is anybody wishing to speak in favor of applying for this grant? Hearing none, that portion is closed. Is anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this, applying for this grant? Okay.
Should Marriott Bodybuilding Terrace, and I'm sure that I'm in opposition to it, but just the way it's presented here, I'm just wondering, is this separation going to have to conform to the state's stormwater pollution prevention program?
I believe it is, yes.
Well, because it didn't say that, I don't know if it was an exemption. You know, are they going to, is it going to go into the Hudson River? Or is the water going to discharge because there's maybe
The plan
also
is to make sure that it doesn't go into the Hudson River,
where it will go?
to a wastewater treatment facility plant.
Is
The
storm-
problem is right now is that when the stormwater, when the rain comes and everything gets too much, they have to shut those things down. So then it all goes into the Hudson River. So the plan is that by separating them, the rain can do what it wants to do, and the other stuff will go to the wastewater treatment facility. So that's what we're
That's the
going
plan,
to
but where will the rainwater go?
The rainwater will go to the Hudson because the rainwater is.
And that's okay, there's
It's
no
not, it's
permits?
not the sewer that we're trying to get out of the Hudson.
There's no permits needed for that, no regulations.
Oh, there's plenty of regulations. It's the Department of Environmental Conservation, so.
Coast Guard, maybe.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not well versed on all the regulations that are needed for that. But that is what the plan is.
Okay. And then it says that you're going to consider the public hearing, which is right now.
We're having the public hearing, yes,
In a few
right now.
minutes.
Well, I don't know if we're voting on this one tonight. We might be voting on that in 2 weeks, so. All right.
Consideration will be more than just a few seconds.
Yeah. All right, anybody else wishing to speak in opposition to applying for this grant? Hearing none, that portion is closed. All right, that was quicker than the other, so. All right, we got, how many speakers do we have? Huh? What you say? Yeah. All right, so we have 5 public speakers.
And our first public speaker is Mr. Bob Wilton.
I'm going to be following 9 of those, so you can share
Thank you, sir.
later.
Oh, that's your thing.
Can you hear me now?
Let's try it one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So good evening. Before making Rensselaer Environmental Coalition's request, I want to briefly explain who the Rensselaer Environmental Coalition is. We are volunteers with diverse backgrounds and viewpoints who believe everyone deserves clean air, clean water, and accurate information. Part of our effort is to advocate for public health through science-based investigation and decision-making by government and transparency for the public regarding those investigations and decisions. We are not here on behalf of any political party. We are members of both parties. That should be clear from our not being involved in the most recent local elections. We strive to have responsible officials pursue a healthy environment for everyone. I became involved with REC after seeing how close the gun landfill is to the Rensselaer City School. As a former state administrator, I felt compelled to be involved because the landfill's location appeared to be a serious mistake by government. After learning much more, I am convinced it is a mistake, since the state has not proven it is safe for the community. It is unfortunate that inaccurate and unfounded comments concerning our efforts appear on social media from some people who appear to be associated with local political parties. We do not intend to respond in kind. Our time, money, and energy are focused on making the city and the nearby communities safer from environmental-related health risks. We run on donations, and many of us contribute our own resources. The well-intended people in the coalition who come from the city and the nearby communities deserve respect for what they do. Unfounded and inaccurate criticism does not serve the community's best interests. So tonight, we respectfully renew our request for the Common Council to adopt a resolution requesting the New York State Health Department to conduct specialized air testing and any appropriate health-related evaluations in and around the Dunn landfill. The testing today does not answer the question of potential health risks to residents in the nearby community. This request is for additional information, not a conclusion about what the results will show. We have previously made this request in person and in writing and have provided you with extensive supporting information. The map provided illustrates the landfill, the nearby school, the truck route, and the wards represented by this council. Regardless of ward boundaries, protecting public health is a citywide responsibility. We each share in that responsibility. If additional testing confirms conditions are safe, that knowledge will reassure residents. If it identifies concerns, it will help guide appropriate actions. Either outcome benefits the community because the decisions are strongest when made on sound science. As elected officials, I know you are aware one of your highest responsibilities is to help ensure residents are protected from preventable threats to their health. We respectfully believe that failure to respond to this request will regrettably suggest the protection of the community is not your foremost concern. We believe that is not the case, and that is why we are renewing our request tonight. The resolution requested is not about taking sides. It is about taking responsibility. Every member of this council has an opportunity to demonstrate that when questions arise about the health of residents and their children, the City of Rensselaer will ask for the best available science before asking the public to trust that everything is safe. Thank you for your service, your consideration, and your commitment to the people of Rensselaer. We stand ready to assist in any way we can, including helping draft a resolution, if that would be useful. So that was my sort of canned approach. I'm not a great country speaker, but I did want to mention one other thing. You know that in the permit approval from the state, that Dunn had to provide $150,000 in funds, which are now in an escrow account, to be given out to the community once the community says how they want to use it for emissions control. We haven't heard a word about that. You're not involved in the lawsuit anymore, as far as I understand. So you guys can ask them, where's the money? This is the third year of the permit. The money should be started. They should be sending something out to the public saying, how do you want to use this money? So I just wanted to add that. I think it's pretty important, 150 grand.
It certainly is.
The public could use it, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Mr. Joseph Kardish.
I have gifts to confess.
Got to state your name and your address.
Joe Kardash, Superintendent of the Rensselaer City School District, 25 Van Rensselaer Drive. First, I'd like to say thank you guys for all that you do. We do continue to consider the city a strong partner. We know we share all the same taxpayers and all the same constituents. I heard a theme already of dealing with misinformation or perceived lack of transparency, and I think those things are things that we all fight every day. So I'd like to start by recognizing the strong partnerships that we have with several departments within the city. We adore our partnerships with the police department, with the fire department, with the public library, with the Department of Public Works, who's proactively working on our driveway at the moment, with the planning department, with the youth and recreation department. The school district is not the enemy of the city. We consider ourselves strong partners. We always appreciate the mutual collaboration that happens with all of the departments. With that said, in light of a recent press release, the district would like to specifically reiterate how much we value the SRO in our district. As two entities that share the same constituents and the same taxpayers, we should all work together to best meet the needs of our stakeholder groups. Unfortunately, our CSD has and continues to run into barriers when it comes to collaboration and communication with the city's treasurer's office, and now seemingly the spread to the mayor's office, which we don't have a history of, and we hope that that comes to an abrupt end. The district does not desire to waste taxpayer money on competing lawsuits between the city and the school district. It seems that we are headed down that path. We believe that decision-making adults sitting around a table and attempting to serve the same constituents can come up with better solutions than any attorneys would. Please find in the binder that I provided you a collection of information to tell a story about how the relationship has deteriorated over time and is far more complicated than the one-topic partial story in the recent press release. The district is not trying to make demands on the city. The district is not publicly attacking the city. The district is not waging a negative social media campaign against the city. The district simply wants to have a conversation, exchange information, gain perspective, and solve problems for our collective citizens and taxpayers. Some questions that I would ask you to ask, not looking for answers today, just why did the city cancel the April 17th, 2026 meeting with no explanation? Why won't the Treasurer's Office provide reciprocal tax reconciliation information that we've provided on? Why are taxpayers being charged more than the calculated amount in interest and fees for back taxes? What is the formula? Where is the requested backup for the SRO invoices? Why did the city choose a press release instead of responding directly to the district with questions, concerns, or more information? Had the common council members been provided all of the data that's in your binders prior to today? Those are just questions for you guys to ask. We all appreciate how much you do. We hope to clear up miscommunication, misunderstandings, and other factors eroding what should be a highly collaborative partnership between the city and the school. I'm going to, in your binders, there are tabs. And I'm just going to go over some very quick summaries in those tabs. Over the past few years, minor communications, actions, and changes to the relationship between the city and the school have accumulated. The school district repeatedly requested to have a meeting so the adults could sit at a table and begin to solve some of the problems. The district was under the impression that we were moving in a positive direction when the city agreed to meet with us on March 16, 2026. The parties exchanged information and agreed to meet again on April 15th after the city gathered more information. That meeting was canceled with no explanation and no response to the questions. Rather than continuing the conversation about various aspects of our ongoing relationship, the city attorney sent a letter to RCSD focused only on the SRO payment. The district considers the SRO to be a vital position within the building and within the community. Knowing that we shared that value with the city, the district made sure to respond to the aforementioned letter within the required timeline in an effort to keep the conversation alive. We provided a thoughtful context of all of what we need to resolve and did not include any demands or refusals. We simply provided a request or suggestion that we be adults and sit around the table to solve problems. That letter is included in here. Unfortunately, rather than a discussion or even a direct response, the city posted a press release that somehow villainizes the district and specifically myself instead. This is the opposite of sitting down and discussing issues. On the second tab, we have the notices of claim reciprocal. Please note that the district is as hesitant as possible to initiate a lawsuit with the city as we share the same constituents. The district only does so when its hand is forced by the actions taken by the city. RCSD would always rather settle any issues collaboratively. On the next tab is the tax reconciliation information that we have provided to the city. Please note that none has been reciprocated back to the district to answer any questions or to facilitate any conversation. The lack of accurate record keeping by the city is well documented in the comptroller's audit of 2024. Please see the quotes and the attachments that are in there. I'm not going to read all of that. We also included all of the SRO invoices that we're aware of with a summary of what they total to. When the invoices were sent, well, we were not invoiced from 2018 to 2024. On July 29th, 2024, we were invoiced for all SRO services up to that point. When those invoices were sent, they lacked proper backup and information to meet the standards of the district's audit process, as clarified in the email provided. While we were able to resolve the contract renewal question, Exhibit A that spells out how the invoices be calculated is still missing. Finally, the big part in the end, a recently found problem is an overcharging of taxpayers for back taxes. There are examples of specific taxpayers being charged more than the prescribed amount. This is not a complete list. The district tax collector tried to rectify this with the city treasurer, but he was unable to provide a formula as to how the exorbitant charges were calculated. Hopefully, this is another example of the comptroller findings that the city officials did not maintain complete, accurate, or timely records, rather than fraudulent activity. It seems to be a theme with the record keeping. As we share the same taxpayers, both entities should be working together to protect our taxpayers. The district does not want our taxpayers to be overcharged. I feel like we shouldn't be here having this conversation. I think we should be sitting having collaborative conversations to solve problems that have accumulated over multiple people, multiple administrations, and for a variety of different reasons. Unfortunately, at this point, those are difficult when we're choosing to sue each other instead. I would rather imagine a time where we're all collaborative, and maybe we're sitting here brainstorming ideas of how we could work together to do something productive with the Dome Stewart building, instead of trying to figure out how to sue each other. Thank you guys for all that you do. I see the headaches that you go through. We appreciate you. We appreciate the departments here. We would like to heal the relationship between the city and the school for our taxpayers, and hope that we can move forward in a positive direction. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Mr. Peter Manella?
You good?
Mr. Lou Sebastian?
You want to come again, or? No, you signed up for public speaker. Are you just for the public hearing?
Well, I actually haven't picked a board for that. I don't know if it's the public council, tomorrow, or what.
Okay, it's up to you.
I was just referring, when I spoke, I was referring to the agreement, and there was a verbal agreement that I could maintain the city code was not interested in how I environmentally manage my front lawn and the wall, anything beyond closer to the house and away from the public right of way of my trees. I have forests everywhere, but my front lawn, the meadow on my front lawn, they said that as long as I kept, trying to create a meadow, not mowing grass, it's just I've got like almost half an acre of property, vegetation. It was one of the attractions of my house. My house is 200 years old this year. And it's an anniversary of the house. It was built in 1826. And slavery was still legal in New York. It became illegal in 1827, and I served as a part of the Underground Railroad. It was significant. It was like 35 years or something. Anyway, it's got history, it's got a lot of land, and I want to manage it ecologically. Like I said, the most critically endangered ecosystems in America today are old growth forests and native grasslands and meadows. And that's especially good for the environment, for the habitat for wildlife. There's no runoff from my property, no stormwater runoff. It's the amount of trees and vegetation I have, sequestering carbon like wild. I have like zero. I have a negative environmental carbon footprint. It's providing clean air, and, water. I'm not contributing to any runoff, money, things going into the street. Not adding to the sewer system. You talk about separating this, general sewer levels. A lot of that is because the runoff in the streets is overwhelming the sewage treatment plant. So what that does, when it combines sewer overflows, it's overwhelming the sewage treatment plant, and it's spewing all this, it shunts it right into the Hudson. Right into the Hudson. So, there's a lot of extra, when you calculate ecosystems, system benefits. I was an urban forester with the DEC for almost like over 15 years. There's a lot of free ecosystems benefits that like large trees and naturally managed yards provide to the city. So I can hardly begin to mention all of it. These trucks are like, actually, it's like a public health emergency roaring up and down my street. My landlord, I'm not landlord, real estate agent, the person who sold me the house, nobody told me about these trucks. And you know, it happened the very next day they started roaring. And next year, when I bought my house in 2013. Anyway, this public health emergency, these trucks really, is following the air toxic, dust and carbon billowing out of the beds of these trucks in the air. And I'm trying to quiet down these trucks by providing vegetative buffers. The code went against the original agreement with me to they're not going to enforce this height requirement. But that there are exceptions in the law that make exceptions for beneficial trees, plants, vegetation that serves good, desirable purposes. I mean, I'm the only firefly population sustaining in my whole neighborhood is in my yard because I'm keeping that as a meadow. I don't want to. This amount of ecosystem benefits are huge, and I'm trying to screen these trucks from dampen the noise. It's providing clean air and water helping provide clean air for the city. That's special. That's what we see. Habitat for wildlife, birds, they're all over the place. The biodiversity, that's a real asset. And I don't even have any ticks in my, there are no ticks, fleas on the cats or anything. It's just the biodiversity, like according to the Center for Ecosystem Studies, in collaboration with biologists, that said that they minimize the amount of ticks in the environment. So that's what they've done. And they're talking by 7 times they minimize by whole big forests and things like that. Compared, they have 7 times fewer ticks than scattershot, little patchwork developments.
Lou, I think you're going to hit your time soon. Do you want to call me again and we can revisit the agreement we had?
And the amount of ticks that you find are 10 times less likely to carry Lyme disease, etc. Anyway.
Give me a call again, we'll rediscuss it.
I would like to take this up with you, especially I haven't targeted enforcement on my...
No, that's not the case, but give me a call and we can discuss it. I don't think you want everybody hearing it.
No, okay.
Give me a call again. We talked last time. I'm going to call.
Stacey,
Yep.
yes. Okay, yeah.
We'll revisit.
Okay, well, yeah. Sorry for taking so
Thanks,
long.
Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
All right.
Thank you. Jay and Mike?
You guys are all set? All right, thank you. All right. End of public speaking. All right. The chair will entertain a motion that the minutes be adopted as printed, subject to correction by Stacy. Sarah? All right. Any objections? So ordered. Communications.
There are no communications.
All right. Presentation of accounts.
Mr. President, I make a motion to waive the reading of the accounts.
I'll second.
All right, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman?
Aye.
Hobart?
Aye.
BOLLMAN? Aye. KRETZSCHMAR?
Aye.
DWYER? Aye. BURTON? Aye. ENDRES?
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted. The chair will entertain a motion that all bills be referred to the auditing committee, and upon approval, all bills allowed and ordered paid by. Stacy? Okay. Clerk, will you please call roll?
Alderperson Kitterman?
Aye.
Hobart?
Aye.
BOLLMAN? Aye. KRETZSCHMAR?
Aye.
DWYER? Aye. BURTON? Aye. ENDRES?
Aye. Motion adopted. Presentation of petitions.
There are no petitions,
Presentation of bids.
no bids.
Community award reports. Tim?
Nothing major right now.
All right. Stacy?
I got a couple of houses down at Code, and Lou and I are going to have another conversation shortly, I presume.
Okay.
Nothing really of note in my word this week.
Andrew? Yeah, I've passed along a bunch of complaints that I've received, both codes and DPW, and they'll be addressing them, and I'll be reaching back out to those residents about that. All right.
Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm DIANE, the board council person. Last night, someone from Lakeview notified me that this letter was put in their mailbox. It might have been delivered to all of Lakeview, maybe Highland. And for those of you that don't know, Lakeview is split, so half of it's my ward and half is Ann's ward. Same with Highland. One side of the street is my ward, the other side of the street is the 6th ward. I just wanted to address that this information was taken from Facebook, and whoever posted it is completely wrong. And it's bothersome to me because it scares people. And I feel for the people who are paycheck to paycheck and struggling right now. And this, I don't think I can do that though, right? I'm sorry, I can't. I can't.
Yeah.
I can talk to you afterwards. We're not allowed to go back and forth. Sorry. So I just wanted to address that. It says that on July 1st we passed a resolution to increase the rates. On July 1st we passed a resolution to hold a public hearing. So this is all wrong. I have a Facebook. I do emails to people who don't do Facebook. I put my phone number out there. If anyone after this meeting wants to reach out to me, I will give you all this information so you have contact. This is bothersome. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Ed?
Yes, the paving for Lindbergh has postponed from Monday and Tuesday until Thursday and Friday. That's it.
All right, thanks, Ann. And I just want to say a special shout out to Tommy Nergacci. I spoke to him earlier today about a conflict of interest we had with the food delivery. And he was gracious enough to change it without any problems. So thank you, Tom. All right. Presentation of claims.
There are no claims.
On to resolutions.
Resolution number 1, sponsored by Council as a whole, a resolution amending the 2025-2026 budget police department.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Aye. BOLLMAN. Aye. KRETZSCHMAR.
Aye.
DWYER. Aye. BURTON. Aye. ENDRES.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 2, sponsored by Council as a whole, a resolution by the City of Rensselaer Common Council approving and endorsing the City of Rensselaer INITS application to New York State Homes and Community Renewal for funding under the New York Main Street Program.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over.
Aye.
BOLLMAN. Aye. KRETZSCHMAR.
Aye.
DWYER. Aye. BURTON. ENDRES.
Aye.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 3 is sponsored by Council as a whole, a resolution by the City of Rensselaer Common Council approving and authorizing a grant application to New York State Homes and Community Renewal for a community development block grant funding application.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over.
Aye.
BOLLMAN. Aye. KRETZSCHMAR.
Aye.
DWYER.
Aye.
BURTON. Aye. ENDRES.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed. 7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 4, sponsored by Council as a whole, a resolution authorizing the mayor through the City Corporation Council to enter into a stipulation in the matter of Nicholas Blue.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Aye. BOLLMAN.
Aye.
KRETZSCHMAR.
Aye.
DWYER.
Aye.
BURTON. Aye. ENDRES.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 5, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution authorizing the closing of Broadway between Petition Street and Harrison Avenue on July 22nd, 2026, from 9:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. as the Rensselaer Police Department to provide an escort to a tribute to fallen soldiers motorcycle ride.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
6 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 6, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution authorizing the closing of Broadway between Pine Street and McNaughton Ave for the Harvest Place Church Back to School Block Party on September 7th from 10:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 7, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract with Lynn E. Kane, EMT, CIC, to provide continuing medical education for the Rensselaer Fire Department emergency medical technicians.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 8, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution authorizing the regional food bank to use Riverfront Park to distribute fresh produce on the first Tuesday of each month.
Mr. President, I motion to amend the resolution from Tuesdays to Wednesdays.
I'll second.
August 5th as well, August 4th to August 5th.
That's correct.
Okay.
On the motion to amend, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted. On the motion, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 9, sponsored by council as a whole, is a resolution to approve proposed local law number 9, 2026 as to form in substance after public hearing thereon.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 10, sponsored by council as a whole, resolution to settle a disputed water bill at 325 Broadway.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar. Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 11, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution prohibiting parking and street closure for National Night Out.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar. Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 12, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution by the City of Rensselaer Common Council approving and endorsing the City of Rensselaer and its application to the New York State Department of State for local waterfront revitalization planning grant.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar. Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 13, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution authorizing and recognizing the Rensselaer Boys and Girls Club Carnival on August 20th to 22nd, 2026 at Riverfront Park.
Any question? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Over. Bowman. Kretschmar. Dwyer. Burton. Enders.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Resolution number 14, sponsored by council as a whole, a resolution conditionally authorizing for the reconveyance of 33 McNaughton Ave, now owned by the city of Rensselaer to its former owners.
Any questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer.
Aye.
Burton.
Aye.
Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted. Yeah.
Mr. President, I motion to amend the agenda to add 2 emergency items, both fire department budget transfers. Could be voted separately. 15, 16.
Any question on the motion to add the 2 budget transfers?
Do we need to do them separately or can we do them?
Or we can do the motion?
The added, right, okay.
Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer.
Aye.
Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted. So we have what?
Resolution number 15 is sponsored by council as a whole. A resolution amending the 2025-2026 budget, fire department.
We have a typo on here.
The revised amount on line 1 cannot be correct. It would be great if it was, but that is not accurate.
All right, so we're going to take
So,
one.
in transparency, we're saying that there's an extra $1 million in the account.
Not there, guys, sorry.
There's an extra one, so. We have to do a motion here to change that? Just so it's a typo?
Yeah.
Okay, I motion to adjust the incorrect amount and take away the $1 million. That's not accurate.
Is the rest of the number correct? Check it.
I don't have my calculator. Stand by.
Yeah, I would say it's an extra one, that's all. All right, on the motion to correct the typo, any questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, I motion, I'm sorry.
Okay. So votes on the
Correct.
motion to correct. Yes. Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Um,
And on the motion itself, any questions?
I'll get it right.
All right, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
And resolution number 16, a resolution amending the 2025-2026 budget, fire department.
Any questions?
Check the math.
That has to be revised as well as an extra 0.
All right. There's an extra 0.
That's why I just said I
I'll
would
make
check
a
the
motion
math.
to-
I'll second.
Revise the line to 141,166.
You know, maybe if we got them in a timely fashion. Maybe if we got them in a timely fashion.
Okay, votes on the motion to amend line,
Gifts and donations.
description, gifts and donations.
Any questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted. Now on the motion, any questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover.
Aye.
Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
Motion adopted.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, clerk, please call roll.
Alderperson Kitterman.
Aye.
Hoover. Bowman. Kretschmar.
Aye.
Dwyer. Burton. And Endres.
Aye.
7 in favor, none opposed.
All right, the council is now adjourned. The next meeting of the common council will take place on August 5th in these chambers. Good night, all. Thanks for coming.
Please come again, guys.